Hey, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. We're learning Iyun today. Iyun on Mishnah Yomi, Perek Gimel, Mishnah Dalet, and Maasros. Talking about if you're walking down the path next to someone's field. Grows a lot of fig trees. Figs are very popular these days. I saw in Shark Tank, someone was making dates. Date is going to be the new avocado. For foodies, date is going to be the most popular food. I don't know how long ago this episode was. If I see on YouTube, I have no idea when the actual episode was. I don't know if they're successful or not. Just making, but it is. My wife, she makes smoothies. She likes to put dates in instead of sugar. Actually, tastes pretty good with dates. Dates are very sweet. They're not processed like sugar, so they're more natural. They're greener. They're better, healthier apparently. So, but these Mishnayos are ahead of the times, right? Because we didn't get to where figs are actually a fruit that people actually like to eat. We're still with dates right now. Figs, maybe in 10 years from now, people will actually really enjoy figs. I don't think anyone enjoys figs now. I think people who actually buy figs, they try to clean it for bugs. You can clean it for bugs for 100 days. It wouldn't get free of all the bugs. Anyway, an era in the future, sci-fi over here. We're dealing on Mars. People are eating we're eating figs over here. So you find it on the path, even though it's next to a fig tree. It's directly underneath a fig tree because the fig tree is overhanging the public thoroughfare. It doesn't make a difference. It's considered hefker, right? Now, in contradistinction to grogros. Grogros is also a type of figs. Grogros are larger figs. Now, what's the difference between the end of the Mishnah, grogros, and the beginning of the Mishnah, where you find te'anim? You find te'anim. You find figs, just not these big figs, right? So what's the difference? So the Yachin Boaz, the Tiferes Yisrael, explains two different reasons. In this case, where it's regular figs, not big figs, so then it's considered hefker. We consider the Bailer or Miyayish. They give a pulp for it. You're allowed to take it. It's not gezel. It's hefker. You can take it, even though it's right next to the guy's field and his tree is just overhanging the thoroughfare. You can take it right away, and you don't have to show it to myself because it's hefker. Why? So two different reasons he brings in Yud Test to Tiferes Yisrael. The Tainab and Ifilas and Emeses grew up island. They're smaller figs. People step on them, and even when they hit the ground, they become disgusting. They're smaller figs. They're not big figs. Uletosvos, you bring about Metzia Daf Chaf Aleph and Beis. But Ifilas and Mishtanis Surasa Shadei She'al Yidei Shahaya Nikar Shemeilan Zen Nafla and Yashua Bailam. It's not because they're disgusting and no one's going to want to eat them. It's because you can't recognize them. The reason is you can't recognize them when it comes to grogros, big, large figs. So even if people step on them, you can still recognize, oh, it came from this tree. However, if it's small figs, when people step on it, you can't recognize them anymore and say, oh, it came from this fig tree. So therefore, the reason is the Bailam Ramiyayish, they give a pulp. And once Bailam Ramiyayish, there's no Isser of Gezel anymore. You're not considered a Gazlan once you take it anymore. Now, whether you're koned or not, maybe it's a different question, because in order to be koned something, you need Yehush and Shina Maisa. Maybe you have Yehush and Shina Maisa, or Yehush and Shina Rashus, or Shina Hashem. We'll have to talk more about that in Masechtas Baba Kama, but just a simple explanation, I would think that the second answer of Tosas makes a lot more sense. Because according to the first answer, of Tiferes Yisrael makes more sense, which is the Tosas and Baba Metzia. The first answer, that becomes hefker because it's disgusting, and therefore the Bailam are mafker it. Meaning, assume the Bailam know that it's from their tree, right? Just they're miyayish from it because it's disgusting. I don't know why smaller figs are more disgusting than bigger figs get stepped on. But according to the second reason, which is Tosas Bab Metzia, it makes a lot of sense because smaller figs, you can't recognize anymore that it's from your tree anymore, even though the tree is overhanging them. But it could be someone else was walking down the street and dropped some figs there, and other people stepped on them. So you can't tell anymore. So therefore, their miyayish from going to court and claiming that they'll never be able to claim that it's their figs because it doesn't look the same anymore. However, when it comes to grogos that are big ones, right, if held off the tree, it's still recognizable. Even if someone steps on it, they don't completely change the form of the figs, and therefore you can go to court and prove it, so they're not miyayish. That's why this is not really such an Iyun share, but I brought two reasons. It seems to me the second reason makes a lot more sense than the first reason. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.